Hello friends. It is extremely rare for me to have a desire to leave a flashlight from Fenix for personal use, but this update of a bright and compact flashlight is just such an exception. The flashlight turned out to be bright, with a long working time, it has a pleasant control, and let's take a closer look at it. The packaging of both generations of flashlights is the same. Everything you need is included. The attached flashlight itself, a tipsy, a charging cable, a ring for attaching to a keychain with keys and a manual. The flashlight itself has only slightly increased relative to the previous version. Its length has grown by only 4 mm. The weight of 30 grams is actually a little, but the battery capacity has doubled. And in length, in thickness, the Fenix E03R V2 is quite comparable to the 3A battery. This is frankly a small flashlight, and it will take up the same amount and size on the keychain as the previous version, and it will not interfere in any way. The design, as you can see, remained unchanged. The flashlight looks exceptionally nice. The convexities of concavity form such a stylized hammer of the torus. The anodizing is not particularly strong. The flashlight fell on the road tile from a height of half a meter and it immediately broke off, but in the photo in the review I covered up these spots. On the other hand, on a bunch of keys, the anodizing will be instantly erased, so I don't see the slightest disadvantage in this. The eyelet in the tail is wide enough for me to effortlessly make a couple of turns of the keychain ring with keys through it, but it's better to use a small adapter ring from the kit. The button is wide and comfortable. Fenix claims that it lies in a recess to exclude accidental inclusion. If you look at the photo from a certain angle, it seems so, but it's nothing more than a game of shadows. The button is a fraction of a millimeter higher than the case. If you press the flashlight down firmly with the button on the blood surface, the flashlight will turn on. That's where they screwed up. The backlight of the button has become much wider and brighter than it was in the first generation. And another change was the cool breathing mode of the backlight. As I said, I put the flashlight case only a few millimeters more, but it was enough to fit twice the capacious battery. It was 200, and it became 400 milliamps per hour. Great. The tester's readings allow us to judge that this is a real capacity. Charging is quite long, almost 2 hours, but it is not critical for the driver. As optics, the only solution for this type of flashlights was chosen, namely a plastic lens and 2 white light LEDs and 1 red light are hidden behind it. By and large, I don't like Fenix flashlights precisely because of the controls. It's too simple for me, although for someone else it's exactly what you need. But the control of the second generation Fenix E03R just seemed to me quite suitable. As usual, you turn on and off the flashlight by holding it. By pressing the buttons in the on state, you switch modes. Pressing the button twice starts this breathing mode. Look, it looks quite nice. Also, if you hold down the button and hold it, the red mode will turn on, which also has a flashing mode. And if you hold the button from the off state for 3 seconds, the flashlight will be blocked. It is unlocked in the same way. And here it would be worth modifying the lock, because the flashlight in your pocket can press against the keys, it will be pressed for 3 seconds and turn on. It would still be worth doing, for example, pressing, and then a 3-second hold. This combination in your pocket will already be extremely unlikely. Anyway, the management here is normal. The light of the flashlight is cold, but without the slightest green tint at lower brightness levels. The maximum brightness starts to drop immediately, but this drop to half takes a minute and a half, and that's probably enough for you. And even after the brightness drops, the flashlight shines only a little dimmer than the average mode, and you will have almost an hour and a half of really good brightness. Well, you can constantly restart the maximum mode as long as the battery allows. But I would not abuse it, because there is a risk of overheating. And in fact, you probably won't need this maximum brightness, because you still use a key flashlight to illuminate the path from the car to the door, to illuminate the keyhole, or to find something on the shelf or in the glove compartment, and here you probably won't even need the maximum brightness of a key flashlight, it will be required. But if you need it, you will have it. The flashlight illuminates a fairly serious piece of territory in front of it and works at a good brightness. Let me remind you, it will be a long time. The working time of the flashlight has also increased considerably, because the battery capacity has doubled. In short, this is the rare case when I am ready to say about the Fenix flashlight. I liked it and I'm ready to keep this flashlight, which actually happens very, very rarely. I am not satisfied with the usual control in Fenix flashlights, but here it is quite normal for a stuck flashlight. I don't see any functional shortcomings in it. Unless it would be worth actually placing the button in the recess, and not just promising it on promo pictures and not doing anything. I have no complaints about anything else. Fenix E03R of the second generation is actually a good update of the already good first generation. The flashlight is bright, with a long working time, good appearance, normal operation, and the only thing that can push it away is its expected high price. If it does not bother you, then the link to this model is as usual in the description of the video under the review. Write in the comments how you liked this flashlight or did not like it, maybe you have some alternatives to this model.